Ryan Fitzpatrick's NFL career is the stuff of legends, and not the typical Hall of Fame kind of way. He didn't rack up MVP awards or hoist the Lombardi Trophy, but what Fitzpatrick did accomplish in his own delightful, chaotic style was carve out a 17-year NFL career that saw him play for 9 teams. That's an NFL record in itself. He became a meme-worthy fan favorite known as Fitzmagic, and of course, that legendary beard that looks like it has its own off-season vacation home. Now let's kick things off with the fact that Fitzpatrick isn't your average NFL quarterback. Born in Gilbert, Arizona on November 24th, 1982, Fitzpatrick didn't come from some football factory like Alabama or Ohio State. No, he attended Harvard. You know, it's that little Ivy League school where football's a side thought when you're trying to battle climate change or quantum physics or whatever that stuff is. Now at this time, Fitzpatrick was majoring in economics, so he probably knows more about your student loans than you'll ever will. He also famously scored a 48 out of 50 on the Wonderlic test, a standardized test given to NFL prospects to measure their cognitive ability. Now for reference on this, Lamar Jackson only scored a 13, which just shows how wild scoring a 48 does. Fitzpatrick once joked that he could have gotten a perfect score, but he finished the test in only 9 minutes, and he also left one blank. Burn! Now being a Harvard grad isn't just a fun fact for Fitzpatrick's career. It became part of his charm. NFL fans love the idea of a super intelligent, bearded quarterback outsmarting their opponents on the field. Well, at least until he played their team. Now in 2005, the then St. Louis Rams drafted Fitzpatrick in the 7th round with the 250th overall pick. That's essentially the NFL's version of saying we need someone to throw in practice. To say expectations were low would be an understatement. Most 7th round picks are lucky to make it through training camp, let alone make an active roster. But Fitzpatrick wasn't your average 7th rounder. Now early in his rookie season, Fitzpatrick got his chance when the Rams starting quarterback went down with injury, and this is when the magic happens. Fitzmagic. Down by 21 points to the Houston Texans, Fitzpatrick threw for 310 yards and 3 touchdowns to lead a stunning comeback win. For his efforts, he earned NFC Offensive Player of the Week honors, which is code in the NFL for, you just shocked the hell out of everyone. Hey guys, I do appreciate you watching the video. If you're enjoying it so far, go ahead and hit that like button. Maybe give me a subscribe. I'm going to have more videos like this coming out, so go ahead and follow and watch for more. Let's get back to today's show. Now, you can't talk about Ryan Fitzpatrick without talking about his incredible journey through the NFL. Now, the term journeyman in the NFL is a nice way of saying you're good, but not great. But Fitzpatrick turned that into a badge of honor. The guy played for 9 different teams. The Rams, the Bengals, the Bills, the Texans, the Titans, the Jets, the Buccaneers, Dolphins, and finally, the Redskins. Yes, I call them the Redskins. Go screw yourself, Dan Snyder. Get out of here. Oh, wait. Now, he has such a vast variety of jerseys from his starting days that he probably has more than that TikTok guy who talks to himself. Bust of the week! But unlike most journeymen, Fitzpatrick didn't just keep bouncing around because he wasn't good enough. He found ways to contribute at every stop, and often showing a bit of magic when he stepped in for an injured quarterback. He would just show up, sprinkle a little Fitzmagic dust everywhere, and before you knew it, they would be chanting his name instead of the old quarterback. Now, his longest stint was with the Buffalo Bills from 2009 to 2012, where Fitzpatrick earned a reputation of being a fearless gunslinger. He'd throw deep passes into double coverage like he was auditioning for a Fast and Furious movie. Sometimes they'd land perfectly, and other times they'd be intercepted in spectacular fashion. Either way, you could not keep your eyes off this guy. In 2009, he connected with future Hall of Famer Terrell Owens for a 98-yard touchdown, the longest of both their careers. Because of course, if Fitzpatrick's going to throw it, he's going for broke. Now, Fitzpatrick's career is described as a roller coaster. Moments where you just never knew what was going to come next. Ups, downs, twists, and turns. All with a little bit of Fitzmagic. And he earned that nickname on an iconic stretch when he first started with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2018. Then quarterback Jameis Winston went down with injury. In steps Fitzpatrick. He went on to throw for 3 400-yard games back-to-back. He was so hot at that time, he needed a little bit of ice. During one of these infamous post-game press conferences where he showed up wearing a chest-bearing tracksuit with sunglasses looking like Conor McGregor, the internet exploded with memes, as it does. And then, Fitzpatrick became the most interesting man in the NFL. Now, even though Fitzmagic did eventually cool down, those moments of brilliance is what endured him to fans. One minute he's throwing for 400 yards and torching the best defense in the league. The next minute, he's reminding us, yes, this is a guy who went to Harvard and probably has a backup plan with hedge funds or something. Again, whatever those are. Another unforgettable Fitzmagic moment came in 2020 when he was with the Miami Dolphins late in the season during a crucial game against the Las Vegas Raiders. Fitzpatrick came off the bench with 19 seconds left and launched a 34-yard pass while being dragged down by his face mask. Somehow, the ball found its target and the Dolphins were able to kick a game-winning field goal. It was a fitting way to display Fitzpatrick's ability to pull off the impossible in the most improbable way. Now, of course, we can't talk about Ryan Fitzpatrick without talking about his glorious beard. Now, it didn't always start out as the masterpiece it is now, but by the time he hit his stride, the beard was a character all on its own. Now, just picture Gandalf splitting some safeties and throwing a deep post route. That's what we're talking about. Opponents probably feared Fitzpatrick's beard more than his arm. He once joked that defenders would get tangled in it during tackles, which might be able to explain why he was able to scramble out of so many tight spots. But whether you loved Fitzpatrick or not, the beard made him stand out in a league full of clean-cut quarterbacks. In June of 22, after 17 wild seasons, Fitzpatrick announced his retirement from the league. He played for 9 teams. He threw for nearly 35,000 yards and delivered more unforgettable moments than anyone could have imagined from a 7th-round pick out of Harvard. Sure, Fitzpatrick never won a Super Bowl or even made a Pro Bowl, but that was never the point. He didn't need those accolades to leave a lasting legacy. Fitzpatrick was the NFL's wild card, its loving underdog, the guy who reminded us that football wasn't just about stats. Sometimes it's about showing up, growing an epic beard, and making fans everywhere believe that anything is possible with a little magic. In a league where precision and accuracy often reign supreme, Fitzpatrick's career is a refreshing reminder that sometimes a little chaos is all we need. And as always, guys, thank you. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit that like button down there. If you want to see more videos by me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be putting out 2 or 3 videos a week. So let's go on, get this thing going, and let's have some fun. I'll see you guys next time.